The transition from running mate in 2017 to gubernatorial candidate in 2022, how does it feel for you?
It feels exciting, and I really thank our party, Azimio la Umoja, for earning me the ticket, and for the people of Nairobi for the confidence they have shown, the excitement to our ticket, and we want to assure them we shall not let them down, and we are here to tell them what we are going to do for them, and how we are going to do it, and how we are going to do it together.
Without preempting what my colleagues Mark Masai and Zubeida will do, what are your expectations in this debate?
I just expect that we shall show the maturity of the Republic of Kenya, especially in Nairobi. This is Kenya's sitting room, and people behave very well in the living room. So we are going to show maturity. We are going to demonstrate that we are truly ready to serve.
And we'd like to now call in Senator Johnson Sakaja.
Karibu mdosi. Sasa bro, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good, karibu sana.
Good to see you.
Pole.
Asante.
Traffic mbaya tutasort.
Thank you very much.
Senator Sakaja, why are you late?
Well, my opponent is used to head starts, and so I wanted to give him an opportunity, and we're here.
Lakini mbona umekuja kuchelewa?
Nilikuwa nataka kumpa nafasi, aanze amezoea kupatiwa nafasi ya kuanza. Na hakuna haja kuzingatia hiyo zaidi. I think we all know the head starts we're talking about, that is from government, etc. But good to see you, Polycarp.
Good to see you, Sakaja. Welcome.
I look forward to a good debate. Thank you.
For purpose, government to serve. And lastly, to really fix the environment. Kuimarisha mazingira yetu, maji na mambo hayo.
Your time is up on that, but there was something he brought up, and he said even he claims to be funding his own campaigns, and says you're under state capture and you have a right to respond to this. A minute for that in terms of those who are funding your campaign.
My campaign is funded by myself and my friends. And I would like him, because he has said so, to provide that evidence before the morning. That is a liar. Those are lies told by a lying liar.
I'll be glad to do that.
Please, you say you have some evidence to this effect.
Of course, we have receipts of billboards and of, different meetings of chiefs, meetings of DCCs, them being casual. You cannot force individuals, DCCs, assistant chiefs, and many of them, even represented here, know the meetings at St. George's Primary School, where they're being asked to support those candidates. We know all of that. It is obvious. But if you'd like me to table that, I'll be glad to table it before the country.
I will equal measure table all the false documents Senator Sakaja has cited to the Republic of Kenya and to constitutional institutions tomorrow morning on my Twitter.
All right, tomorrow morning there's a lot of news to look forward to, and do you agree? And
then you will know what we are facing. Because the contest on 9th of August is a simple contest. It's a contest in this country. It's a census, actually. It's not an election. How many Kenyans believe in competence, character, capability, honesty, unity, moving forward? And how many believe in lies and all the other bad things we don't want and don't?
In the first 100 days, I've said that you will not sort out Nairobi using quick fixes. The issues of this city don't need 100, and I'm not seeking a 100-day term. It's not quick fixes or bandage solutions that will sort it out. We have a 10-year vision and a 5-year vision with milestones. But in the first 100 days, what we're going to do, number one, is to implement the Urban Areas and Cities Act together with Section 14 of the County Government Act to create the 5 boroughs that I'm talking about in Nairobi. That if the person in charge of garbage in Kayole does not need to think about Westlands, the person in charge of a road in Langata should have nothing to do with Roysambu or Marurui. Because that lack of accountability, when you ask them, okay, mbona hapa kuna takataka, pole boss kulikuwa na sijui crisis in Mukuru. So we'll set up the governance structure that will deliver to Nairobians. That is the first task, and that includes the county assembly. The second thing that we're going to do is to implement the standing orders that we've actually been working on, even as I've been in the Senate, proper standing orders for the inspectorate. We cannot have people criminalizing business, chasing our hawkers, throwing sticks at them. They must have proper, like any discipline force, standing orders. I don't know how much is enough.
What Senator ensured persisted in this country is a philosophy that is unsustainable. That you take from people according to their needs and give to others according to their ability and give to others according to their need. Nairobi is a very needy county. And the criticism I'm profiling here and submitting to him is that as senator, what did you do to help Nairobi overcome the hunger, the deprivation, the desperation in the informal settlements? Did you bring that matter to Senate? Did you make people understand that case? Instead, what we saw, he was a leader of a group called Team Kenya that even removed incentives for county to generate their own revenue. We used to get 1% extra if you generate your own source revenue. Like Nairobi is only generating this is going to do about 9 billion of its own revenue. So the the CRA, Commission for Revenue Allocation, was giving us brownie points as a county if you collect your own revenue and you don't rely on the national government. And these are some of the things he did not protect as our senator. So how does somebody fail or does not succeed in their task and then you give him the job of governor?
Sakaja, would this continue?
It is very interesting to hear a man praising his ex-wife's husband. The reason LMS came about is because Igathe quit. It's as simple as that. If the deputy governor of Nairobi, Polycarp Igathe, did not quit, there'd be no need to have an MS. Those boreholes you're naming, you should have done them. Those interventions you're talking about, you had a chance to do them. Devolution cannot be trivialized in this country. Devolution is the greatest gift we've given to our people. That every Kenyan, wherever they are, has a right to self-determine. I wrote about this in 2010 with the International Commission of Jurists, fiscal decentralization and devolution in this country. That lady in Mutwini deserves a county government and a governor she can hold to account and who can listen to and who she can vote for. So you can't come praise the consequence of you absconding duty, of you, leaving office. Because if Polycarp did not run away from Nairobians, Governor Mike Sonko would have acted differently. Governor Mike Sonko acted as he did because he knew no one would impeach him, because no one wanted a by-election in Nairobi. Yet having no deputy, and that's why he'd bring Miguda's name, whoever's name, he knew he was untouchable. So it is a consequence of him. And then again, understand the law. There's no way NMS will operate after August. Well, I don't know what you're talking about November. The county government that is being elected on the 9th, that will be led, hopefully, God willing, by myself, will take full control of Nairobi. So yes, NMS has had a cocktail of hits and misses, but you don't know Nairobi. Those women who cried when the children were being smashed in Kariobangi and in Mukuru do not agree with you about NMS. Just a few people who've seen pavements and Cabro who like it and who cheer and who know whose interests you're protecting.
What are the factors behind this? How will you fix it?
Again, I must say, Nairobi is in a dire situation that needs proper planning and proper political management. A lot of these issues are relational. If you look at the 76 billion debt, including even the 4.4 that is owed now, to KCB, and many of these other instruments we've gotten into, a lot of them can be sorted out based on how we relate with the national government. But Nairobi is not a branch of the national government or an appendage, or as my brother says, the military interventions are going on. Then Nairobi can negotiate, because there are a lot of areas which we can do debt swaps. But the county of Nairobi owes the national government, and the national government owes Nairobi City County. We must balance our books, and we're going to do that. And we have a team that is, properly suited, to be able to do that. I am very, very confident about my deputy, Njoroge Mushiri, who has a stellar career as well in banking. Actually, a proper corporate career, not 2 year stints here and there. A proper career, 20 years in ABSA.
So give us the particulars, though, on the issue of the debt that we are in. How will we get out once you are done?
That's what I'm saying. We must do a couple of things. One, you must refinance your debt. You must move what is domestic into concessional. That you cannot be borrowing from commercial banks. Have them as concessional. Chapter 12 of the Constitution of Kenya, talking about public finance, says how the national government guarantees county governments of debt. In fact, on top of that, we must get creative. For us to sort out the real issues of this city, we need around 200 billion shillings upfront through an infrastructure bond. I've gone across this world and spoken to Kenyans in the diaspora, whose remittances are our biggest foreign income earner, who are ready to put in money in certain interventions. When we talk about transit, we need a mass transit system in this county. How are we going to do it? Recently, I was in Imperial College in London, and I met a man, a nice gentleman, who sorted out transit in London. He sorted out transit in Beijing, mobility. What's his name? Professor Washington Ochieng. The other day I was in Riyadh. I met a group of guys who did the Dubai Metro and are doing the Riyadh Metro. George.
Katika kutetea na kulinda rasilimali za kaunti ya Nairobi, na ukiwa seneta kwa takriban miaka 5 ambao umekuwa katika uongozi, umeweka mikakati gani kudhibiti na kuimarisha ukusanyaji wa mapato katika kaunti ya Nairobi ambayo yameonekana kudidimia?
19 billion from 15 billion is success. It's an improvement. In fact, if I succumbed to the sloganeering that my worthy competitor is talking about, you know, which in fact his argument is the best case to show that
I truly want to meet my competitor on the ballot. But I want to remind him that uttering a false document is one of the laws in this country that does not. It is one of the things in this country that you're not fined for. You are taken straight if you are found guilty. And that is for the investigative capacity. We didn't come to do that here. All I'm telling Kenyans... That
is an allegation.
Can I finish? What the Constitution wants is a competent governor, a capable governor, a governor with a character. Ask yourselves, who amongst two of us can you trust?
It also wants a governor who will stay in office for 5 years.
Kaunti ya Nairobi, ufujaji wa fedha na madeni ambayo sasa hivi yanaangamiza kaunti ya Nairobi.
Jambo la kwanza, Nairobi City County gets its highest revenue from land rates, parking bays, land rates, parking fees, outdoor advertising, building permits. Those will be some of the within the top 5 revenue things. And what we are going to do is to make sure that we digitalize the collection of all that revenue so that the leakage, we seal the leakage. Technology is one of the best things to overcome loss of revenue. And we're going to use technology in the public revenue management system. Then secondly, we will deploy that money. Our own source revenue, I can promise, we and Professor Kaloki have done a study, and we've even checked the reports of the Commission for Revenue Allocation. With 6 revenue lines, we can generate 80 billion own source revenue in Nairobi. And with that money, we will build 1,000. We will join the government in building more schools, in making sure there's medicine in our dispensaries, in making sure that there's incinerators to burn garbage, that we start a leasing program for vehicles and equipment for the staff, and also to make sure we pay our staff the right salaries so that they're really motivated. We are very concerned about the welfare of Nairobi City County workers and all the workers of all affiliate bodies of Nairobi City County. Only motivated workers can deliver essential services, and that's what Nairobians want.
And that brings me to the next issue, and that is the competence of the Nairobi City County staff, and you will both have an opportunity to respond to this. How will the staffing for Nairobi County?
Unajua mavijana wa Nairobi wakisikia vile amesema hiyo story ya mayai, atasema anatubeba kimayai. Many of those ideas, really, you know, this is not equity, this is not corporate. You must take the bull by the horns and give practical solutions
to
our city. And let me give you an example. you're talking about, one of the highest revenue streams, being rates. Have you talked to us about the rate classification of those rates? Why is it that people in Igathe are paying the same rate as people in Runda, which is just, a doorstep away, yet they have Mabati structures and these ones have 5-star houses? Let's be practical, because that is what Nairobians want to be able to hear. Now, the sectional properties bill that was passed in Parliament recently prevents an opportunity. I've heard him saying he's done a study with Professor Kaloki. I know Professor Kaloki is a professor, and maybe that's why we've not been seeing you guys campaigning, because you're doing studies. But look at what KPMG has spoken about Nairobi, look at what PwC has said, and the CRA. It is not just 6 revenue streams that are going to increase how much we collect. Just the sectional properties realignment and the revaluation that starts in January 2023 is going to take us up another 50 to 53 billion shillings. Every other revenue stream then must be geared towards making Nairobians more productive. The NMS that you praise has been going around this city with GSU, harassing our traders and our hawkers, throwing them into, those pickups, tetanus field pickups and roadworthy. By the way, on the 9th, if you're listening and you're a scrap metal dealer, come to City Hall. Revenue has gone down to 7 billion. Why is that? Because you're not explaining to the people of Nairobi the services you're offering with the money you collect from them. We will have a people-centered leadership. Cloud is a tool.
Na muda umekwisha.
Your focus must be on the people you're serving. You can't be.
Muda umekwisha bwana seneta, lakini umekuwa seneta wa kaunti ya Nairobi. Umewajibika vipi katika kuona kwamba pesa za kaunti ya Nairobi zinatumika namna inavyostahili, hakuna wizi, hakuna watu wasiofanya kazi ambao wanalipwa? Umekuwa seneta, wewe ndiye macho ya kaunti ya Nairobi. Umewajibika vipi?
Hapa mlifanya utafiti.
Umewajibika vipi seneta katika kuhakikisha kwamba pesa za kaunti ya Nairobi zimetumika vyema?
My time is counting while you're talking. Kama mlifanya utafiti.
Tickled that Polycarp Igathe can talk about push coming to shove and me not making a decision. Before even push came to shove, in like 4 or 5 months, Polycarp Igathe quit on the people of Nairobi. In fact, that should have come in the question of integrity. Because when you talk about public trust, chapter 6, at the expense of private convenience, that is the question that we must answer.
It did come up before you, right?
The question on impeachment. Governor Sonko will not be facing an impeachment if you're stuck in office. In fact, if you're stuck in office, you probably would have been the incumbent governor. If you're stuck in office, there'd be no NMS in Nairobi. The reason we have an NMS in Nairobi is after Polycarp Igathe could not wait or stand the heat in the kitchen, he ran away in less than 6 months. This city needs resilience. You need to be tough. You cannot say that you have betrayed 800 and I think, how many votes did you guys get? 40 or something thousand votes, 840,000 votes, because you could not get the trust of one individual, yet 1 million Nairobians have given you the public trust. When push has come to shove, look at the Senate answered. I have spoken more times than any senator. I have raised more questions in the Senate than any other senator. In fact, I have taken the former Governor Sonko to court on the action he took on matatus. The record is clear. This county needs a political manager who understands how to deal with the leaders and how to deal with the issues of the people, but has a thick skin. In fact, if half of the tribulations I'm facing right now in my bid were on Polycarp, Azimio would have no candidate. But I have stood.
Your time is out, you've stood, you ran off.
He'd have quit.
The transition from running mate in 2017 to gubernatorial candidate in 2022, how does it feel for you?
It feels exciting, and I really thank our party, Azimio la Umoja, for earning me the ticket, and for the people of Nairobi for the confidence they have shown, the excitement to our ticket, and we want to assure them we shall not let them down, and we are here to tell them what we are going to do for them, and how we are going to do it, and how we are going to do it together.
Without preempting what my colleagues Mark Masai and Zubeida will do, what are your expectations in this debate?
I just expect that we shall show the maturity of the Republic of Kenya, especially in Nairobi. This is Kenya's sitting room, and people behave very well in the living room. So we are going to show maturity. We are going to demonstrate that we are truly ready to serve.